So, you'll probably know the story of the Grinch, right? At the beginning of the story, they say his heart is 2 sizes too small, and that's why he's so grumpy all the time. But then something happens, and at the end of the story, his heart grows 3 sizes, leaving his heart 1 size bigger than the rest of the Who's. And that is kind of how I feel like I am. Like, my heart is just 1 size bigger than most people's. And it can be a good and a bad thing. It makes me very sensitive, I suppose. Just to anything. World events, you know. And then personal things. And sometimes it's not a lot of fun feeling things deeper than most people. Feeling hurt or sad or angry. Because of course those are all very negative emotions, but it's just human to feel all of them at some point. We can't completely erase them from our lives. As much as sometimes I wish we could. And I used to see this big heart of mine as sort of a curse, just a bigger container to hold all the hurt and pain I felt. And sometimes it felt like my heart was just not there anymore. I was just feeling too much, and then it was too much. My brain just had to shut it off for the time being. But lately, I'm trying to take it and see it as something different. Instead of a curse, more like a blessing or even a superpower. My superpower is that I can feel very deeply, and I can empathize with almost any human being on the planet, because it's like I can just feel their pain. It makes it hard to keep up with world events because my heart just hurts, and then I start to feel hopeless and depressed. And it makes it hard to deal with normal people because they have moods and they get angry or say something that hurts you. But because of my large heart, I have more room for forgiveness, for love. I can't love halfway. Whether this is family relationships, platonic or romantic, it's all or nothing with me. Hi, Rosie. And I think that ability to give my all is really what makes me me. To love unconditionally with my whole heart, to forgive quickly, and to empathize. So empathy is a really powerful thing in this world. Most people are just, I think, searching for a connection, for someone who understands them, and if you're able to empathize, then you're able to help someone feel not so alone, and make a friend even. And I guess that's part of why I've started being so open about my mental illness experience, is I want to make that connection with other people, I guess. I want to know I'm not alone, and I want them to know they're not alone. Because they're not. There's so many of us out there, so many of us who are so highly sensitive, whose heart is just one size bigger than the rest of us around them. And I won't say it isn't tough being quick to feel those negative emotions that hurt or anger. But I love my ability to empathize. I love my just great compassion that I have for other people. I used to say that I hated people just because of my social anxiety. I didn't want to interact with them, but I love people. It feels weird saying that. It's just saying I hate people so long. But I do have a love for people that I think, without this big heart of mine, I wouldn't be me. And it's not a choice I made. It's just the hand I've been dealt with. Anxiety that leaves me unable to judge, because I know how it feels to fear being judged. And depression that makes it easy for me to empathize and feel other people's pain. But I think the choice is mine to try and turn it into a positive tool, to take my experience and try to grow something good out of it. And I'm not sure what really that end goal I'm trying to achieve, or even if there is one, but I feel kind of like I have a purpose. Hi. I have a purpose, and that's to speak up about mental illness, to reach out, to find those people who feel alone, and make that connection that I so desperately wanted when I was at the worst of it and just not really able to talk or to tell anyone what was going on. And what's weird is I used to hate my ability to forgive. I thought that I just forgave too easily, and that because of that I would just let people get away with whatever they wanted over and over, because I couldn't hold a grudge. But it's really been a good thing because it helps me to find peace just that much quicker. And looking back on it all, my favorite parts of myself, I feel like a lot of it came from this dark period of my life that I was just depressed, and all the anxiety I felt over the many, many years. But if it's made me me, I don't think I would change it for anything.